Now, for the obtained time, armed bandits struck in Zamfara State on Wednesday, kidnapping 73 students of Government Day Secondary School, Kaya, in Maradun local government area of the state. Governor Bello Matawalle, who burst into tears on receiving the information about the fresh mass abduction in his home local government, imposed a dusk to dawn curfew on the state in response. Let's share an update on the abduction with you.
To pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for what we are encountering in Zamfara State and in northern Nigeria at large. We summon for special prayers for each and every Malams and every citizens to continue praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so that we can come to an end of this situation. And we have ordered all the local government to continue this prayer till God has answered our prayer so that we can be able to defeat this fight of this banditry.
Nothing seemed to be working again. That Governor Bello Matawalle, looking at even the tone of this story, for the often time, one, and number two, when you just hear something and even coming from your domain, 73.
From the governors, the governor's local government has come under consistent attacks by bandits.
So
His local government of Maradun
is fed up.
Maradun has come under ceaseless attack. And this is a governor who started well, and people were praising him that he came up with methods that ensured that this killing stopped. This killing stopped for some time, but they are back fully at it.
No matter how, no matter how developed the strides, your giant stride in terms of development, infrastructure, everything, the lofty ideas you have coming to government, if the environment is not secured, there's no how. It will just erode and rubbish all your achievements.
I'm even saying that when he came in, security was his greatest achievement, because we knew that people were being killed in rampant fashion. Then he came in and we saw a stop, and everybody was winning awards for security. Now we are seeing these people, even his own local government, they are descending on his local government and killing people.
Now is the time.
He's a high chief from that locality, from Matawalle. I mean, from Maradun. He's called Matawalle Maradun. He's a high chief. He's their son. They must be proud of him that he's the governor. Now he can't defend the state. I mean, he can't defend his local government. You see how bad it is. A couple of years ago, we had a defense minister whose local government, Brini Magaji, was constantly being attacked. And I asked the question, how can we have a defense minister who cannot even defend his hometown? Brini Magaji in Zamfara was constantly being attacked. You can't even solve the problem. The current chief of army staff is from Zamfara. And Zamfara gets attacked all the time. The other day, the chief of army staff came and said that they were making progress in the war against banditry. Now, with some of what we are seeing, the attack on NDA, the kidnap of these children, even when we know that those of FGC, Brini Yauri, are yet to be released, this is happening. Do you call that progress? No, I mean, can we really call that progress? So the governor can shed tears, but tears will not solve this problem. It is the steps that you put in place that will solve this problem. And I've suggested work together with the federal government. There has to be a coordinated military campaign. Until we do that, we are wasting our time. We are wasting our time. Because these guys are probably even more determined than we are. We think they are joking. They are not joking.
Today you will need to see the videos
bandits are not joking.
Around as the show of force
the
of these bandits.
weapons that they have. And our borders are porous. We can't stop those weapons from coming in. How can they be kidnapping students in this manner? We still have some with them.
And it's so bad that these students, some will spend 90 days, some will spend 2 months, 3 months. Nobody is concerned about their welfare, what was done to them, and do you think those as young as 4 or 5 years, do you think they will turn out in the society as normal students again?
The trauma that will remain with them. You know, now it's looking like school in those areas. School is no longer fun for children. You know what school should be for children now, but it's no longer fun going to school. You are going to school, your heart is in your mouth. Even you as a parent, you don't even know that you are not even comfortable sending your children to school. And you see, these bandits, they see school as easy targets. And you know how painful it is when children are kidnapped, when students are kidnapped.
How?
This year, in the first 8 months,
how do you drive joy?
In the first 8 months of this year, I read the report. In the first 8 months of this year, 821 students, at least, have been kidnapped. This is about 2/3 of those who were kidnapped in 7 years. We had about 1,191 in previous years kidnapped, 7 years. But within this year alone, within 8 months, you've had 821 students being kidnapped.
It's not like their pastime.
I'm telling you.
Going
now,
after.
When the chief of army, when military authorities say we are making progress, the truth is that you are taking one step forward and several backwards. Because to my mind, it looks like these people are becoming daring. They are becoming more daring. And mind you, it's a thriving business. It's a thriving business. Nobody gives up a thriving business easily, except that this one is a crime. Except that this one is setting the society back. So, like Jide said,
we've not got into the root.
We've not got into the root of the problem. We're talking about, look, we cannot, there must be something we should be doing that we are not doing. And if you keep doing the same thing the same way and expect a different result, you are just deceiving yourself. You are self-deluded. So they should go back to the drawing board and see how they can change the narrative for once and consistently.
All right, we'll take this break. When we come back, we'll talk more. It's still Journalist Hangout. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. I won't call Zamfara State. I don't want to call that state the epicenter of.
They have more bandits per square kilometer than any Nigerian state.
Man.
Even the governor of Katsina said it. That's where most of them migrate from. They come. They have a more extensive forest there that Anka local government, for example. You know?
Now, what do you think?
What
do you think these bandits are targeting schools? This is a region that is even disadvantaged educationally.
Yes.
Before now, that they're encouraging people to go to school.
Yes, it's all because when you kidnap students, you get the media attention. There's no doubt about it. All the people saying.
So do they like publicity?
No, that is that publicity that will draw the attention of government. It's government that they want to see negotiate with them. Yes. You know, for years we were paying them, officially we were giving them money and lying that we were not giving them money. Now, everyone wants to get government involved. Once government is involved, they know there's a big payday. You know? So this is what is happening. Once you kidnap students, government will definitely want to get involved. That is what they want. And when you kidnap students, you get that publicity. They kidnap plenty of travelers. They hijack buses, take people away. How many times do you see that in the newspapers? How many times does it catch people's attention that travelers, you know, are kidnapped? They do that all the time. But it is when they kidnap students, no matter how few, that everybody will be talking about it. So there is now the strategy for them to go after students. So that is the thing. And I don't know why. If we cannot keep the schools secure, then we should close the schools.
The strategy is just make sure the schools are not lock and key.
That is when we said it at the time that it was wrong of Borno to allow the Chibok girls to write their school certificate exam in that school, given that Chibok is very close to Sambisa Forest. Some people felt that no, one was just criticizing blindly. But today, since that attack on the school in Chibok, Boko Haram has not succeeded in kidnapping any school child in Borno State because the schools are now relocated. Even in Monguno, the garrison town, we have plenty of soldiers. Boko Haram has tried to capture it a number of times, if not succeeded. The schools there, there's a unity school there. That school has been relocated to Maiduguri, because Borno State didn't want to lose their opportunity of having a unity school. So the federal government girls' college was moved to Maiduguri, the state capital. Now, I've not had any story that, okay, the students were kidnapped in the state capital, Borno State. So that is the thing. We have suggested it that move them to places that are secure. So these governors won't listen. Move students to places that are secure. If you can't find the right strategy to stop this in the hinterland, move them. But look at what we are saying. If those ones in Brini Yauri had been moved to the state capital to write their final exams, this would not have happened. Now they are still in custody.
From Ikorodu. Thank you for joining us, Raji.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Raji.
DK and the other friend there.
I agree to Raji.
Please, I stayed in the north for a long time. But can DK tell me how many of these secondary schools are fenced in reality? First and foremost, that has made it open to bandits. So we include at any point in time. The school can be as big as anything, but once they are not fenced, that's one of the security problems we have there. Secondly, years back, we used to have this guys together that are posted to the secondary schools. But they're not there today. Because the problem is that the issue of banditry has passed over when the federal governors, even the federal government has become so helpless that they cannot do anything. But my question is that, is there anything wrong if we seek for assistance from those who have this wherewithal to help us? If at all we're able to do that and they come to help us, then so are we going to tell people that no, it was here that helped us, it was here that helped us? No, all we are interested in is how we get peace in this country. This country has gone to the worst situation we have ever had. With my little age,
thank you, Raji.
We have never had this so bad.
Thank you,
Having
Raji.
a wall is not the solution. What is a wall? You are dealing
I don't,
with
Raji, I don't know, maybe you've seen these bandits.
having a wall.
I've been watching
Bethel,
some
the Bethel
videos.
school. That Bethel school,
Nigerians.
they had a wall. Bandits drilled a hole.
Whoa.
They drilled
What
a hole
walls
into their wall and entered the place. Senator Ibn Allah's son that they killed, they climbed you.
So, do you think any work can stop this one? Look at
The
look
truth
at
of the
what they're
matter is that
catching
these
at.
It's
people
not
plan,
wall.
they plan, they know when to go. they know how to move.
Look at machine guns.
I even think they even do they before they do, is it reconnaissance or
They do
something
wrecking. They do wrecking.
before they come to
Of
they
course,
are not
of
foolish
course,
people
of
now.
course,
They know
of
what they are
Work,
doing.
okay. What cannot stop these ones?
The solution is
Just
not
use
to.
sledgehammer and just.
You know when Nigeria, you know when Chibok happened, we had some soldiers guiding that school. We had some soldiers, and the governor must have felt, we have protection. But you don't know how many people are coming to face those
We're
soldiers.
overwhelmed. The kind of people
Exactly.
You don't know how many are coming.
Action.
These guys will be on a bike, about 300 bikes, carrying 3 persons each, all of them with guns.
With 2 security agencies or 3 agents guarding a school.
That was what happened in Brini Yauri.
They will overwhelm them.
They overwhelmed
Now,
those
government-
security men.
In Zamfara State, government banned gold mining in a way of stopping banditry in Zamfara. Why are we still seeing banditry there?
The gold mining has not worked. I mean, banning of gold mining has not worked. They've done that. In fact, they've done that several times. Not only once. So they've banned this illegal mining. That is not. See,
That's not the reason for banditry.
Exactly. See, if you take a measure, and the measure is not working, it means that is not the solution to that problem.
Yeah.
Like
Don't
he said,
even
I so much like what he said about relocating those schools. You can relocate the children, you can relocate the schools to safer places within the state. That is even a strategy. That could be a strategy in
That's what Borno State is doing.
Exactly.
All those giant schools is building, you know.
Because they
That's why
tried
you're
more. They
putting-
tried more in the
Yes,
hinterland.
because
Exactly.
if they just leave Maiduguri and go to any of these volatile places,
You see a school that the governor has built, very mighty school, you know, so many classrooms that can take no less than 50 students at once. It's building such schools because everyone has
And this
relocated.
matter of asking people to defend themselves. With what now?
I don't know.
With what? Somebody is coming with they are coming with sophisticated weapons.
GPMG.
Is it cutlass I'm going to use to defend myself?
I think
We should even stop saying, they should stop saying that. In Niger State, vigilantes. If you know how many vigilantes bandits have killed in Niger State, they have damn guns, so not to talk of ordinary civilians who do not have anything. They've killed so many. So it's not easy to confront people who are so well armed. I said it at that time that stopping the gold mine, the mines, will not work, because I know local governments in Zamfara that do not have an ounce of gold deposit. They don't have at all. Yet banditry is thriving in those places. So what is the attraction?
It's not about gold. It's about the ransom.
Yes.
It's about the money they will make.
They don't have gold at all, but banditry is thriving in those places. So how is it? At the time it happened, they will say, oh, let's ban it. So what has happened? Why is banditry still on the rise in those areas?
All right.